accountability and standards. That's what I provide. That's what we do. I was having a chat with one of my clients at the moment, and we were talking about this stuff. And it's the honest truth. 90%, maybe even more, of what I do is accountability, setting standards, and holding you to those standards. And he was blown away by this because we're talking about it. He's like, I can't believe how much more effective I have been since being held to a standard, to be held accountable, knowing that I have to log what I've done with you at the end of the day. In the back of my head, it's going, I need to get this done. I have to do this because I don't want to tell Lachlan that I failed. That's what this is about. It's being held accountable to someone, being held to a higher purpose than just yourself. You need to find that inner purpose, and then I'm going to hold you to that. Once you've set that and you're going, this is what I'm in for. This is what I'm doing. I'm in 100%, and I'm going to hold you to that. Look, you could know all the stuff that you need to know to do this. You could. You probably don't, having had the experience of this, But the gap between you knowing what to do and you actually doing it is monumental. And this is the thing that's missing. And this is why it's so important to have someone there to hold you accountable. Because the level of motivation, drive, and accountability is so much higher when someone else is holding you accountable. Don't get me wrong, you'll get there. You'll become that man of your word who stays true to it when you get it there. But we're so deconditioned. It's a muscle. It's a muscle like anything else we have. So we need to train it. We need to work on it. We need to develop it. We need to push it until it becomes second nature. And even then, I find that greater results are achieved when you're held to a higher standard, when you have to check in with someone. And I'm not, it's not just me. So, I know how to write a training program better than most people under the sun. I write fit. I can deliver incredible results. I know this for a fact. I still pay someone else to write my training programs. And one of it is the accountability. I have someone who's going to call me on my shit to make sure I'm doing the right stuff, to stop me getting sidetracked and going down the paths that don't serve me. Two, I know what I like. I stick in my comfort zone. It's human nature to push into the things that you're good at. Look, I choose things every day to push me outside of my comfort zone, and I'm driven that way. But as evidenced by the fact that I let this all slip, I'm prone to my comfort zone as well. So on some of the things like training and things, yeah, I outsource it. Yeah, I deliver it and we collaborate on it. But I have someone who's going to turn to me and go, you're playing inside your comfort zone there. We collaborated and rewrote my entire training program together recently because I was like, I am just sticking to the things I'm good at. So we're currently into a kettlebell phase, and I'm describing and writing out this incredible program with this guy who checks my work, basically. He's just there to be like, yeah, you haven't settled this time. You haven't put yourself into a place where you're going to just cruise through it. It's going to push you. It's going to challenge you. It's going to upset you. And I had to deliberately pick things that I don't like, but I need them. I need to get there. And that's what you need. And that's what I am there for. That's what I'm doing with this client at the moment. I'm like, he's also been in fitness. He knows how to do it. But right now we're pushing him beyond that. And I'm holding him to the standard that he set. We discussed, we worked through, we set the standard. And now he's meeting it. And now he's getting more shit done. Now it's been highlighted how much he was cruising through, how much he was holding himself back. And to not put it delicately, how much he was slacking. And that's what this is about. It's why you need someone in your corner. It's why you need someone who is going to push you to your limits. Because we all are drawn to easy, to comfortable, to the path of least resistance. It's why resistance constantly wins. It's why We have to get the fuck up and do the work. The two strongest points of resistance are when you first start something, that initial step into things. The second one is when you're about to complete something. That's when it's strongest. Or at the other end of the day, you could put it even on a daily basis. Resistance is at its highest first thing in the morning when that alarm goes off and you've got work to do and you need to get stuck into it. Or at the end of the day, and the junk food, the sedation of TV, social media, all those things are calling your name. And you need to make a decision. Are you going to do the work? Are you going to do the things that you said you would do? Or are you going to take it easy and are you going to sedate yourself? This is the gap between knowledge and discipline. And I think it's so much more when you have a family, when you have kids, when you have people who depend on you. I know what it's like to get home at the end of the day and you're fucking exhausted. And the last thing you want to think about doing is hitting a workout or doing some of the other things or completing your greatness list, any of those things. And yet that's when you discover who you truly are. Someone sent me a cartoon recently and it talks about, it's like, hey, Dad, will you come play with me? Oh, no, son, I'm tired and I'm exhausted. I don't have the energy. Hey, Dad, will you come play basketball with me? Oh, no, son, the doctor said I need to rest. I'm not capable of it. Hey, Dad, will you come, do this with me? Will you take me to the gym? Oh, no, son, I can't at the moment. I'm just not there right now. Hey, Dad, will you teach me how to get fit? Uncle Jason told me that he would show you how it's done. I know everything that Uncle Jason do, and I'll do it myself next month, I promise. And then it goes, hey, Dad, I'm graduating. I'll see you in a few days. Hey, son, do you want to go play basketball? I'll put the stuff away. I'll go do it. Nah, Dad, I'm good. And isn't that the truth? That we go through our kids' lives like lightning. And I was there. I was the dad who was saying no to my kids. I was the fitness guy. I've been doing fitness and touting this since I was, before I was even qualified, since I was 15 years old. I've been talking about health and fitness and exercise and nutrition and all that kind of stuff. And my daughter wanted me to climb things. And I was like, oh, no, Daddy can't. She wanted me to do things. And I was like, I can't. My knee, my shoulder, I was just, the honest answer was I was too unfit. I wasn't in the shape. I hadn't looked after myself. And that broke my fucking heart. And that's where this started. That was the genesis of everything that 126 to greatness is, that chasing greatness is. Because I refused to let that ever fucking happen again. I refused to let it continue on long enough that would become a memory that they would remember. So I fixed it. And I'm still in the process of fixing it. But I never. My kids want me to play, if they want me to climb, if they want me to do things, there is zero chance I say no. I am doing that shit. There will never be a day that my kids go, oh, Daddy didn't want to play with us. It's not fucking happening. And I choose every single day, no matter how hard it is, no matter how uncomfortable it makes me, to be the best version of myself. And I'm getting better every single day. For them, for my wife, because I refuse to sit on the sideline. And beyond that, I refuse to let my health get so bad that I'm going to miss out on things. I'm going to live for as long as I fucking can. People laugh at me, but I'm going to live to 120 for them. I want to see them grow up. I want to see them have kids. I want to play with my grandkids. I want to play with my great-grandkids. But it starts now. And I want to make sure that they live their healthiest possible life. And that isn't about touting things. It isn't about telling them. It's about showing them. They know who we are because of how we show up every single day, how we live our lives every single day. They absorb that. It's going to be built into their DNA that we do fun things, we do exercise, we get outside, we eat good food, we do these things. And it starts here, right now. And it doesn't matter how old your kids are. You can change that at any point. I have a client who's in their 60s. Their kids are nearly as old as me. And they started working out and they started getting incredible results. And do you know what happened? Their kids noticed and they were like, shit, my parents cannot be in better shape than me. So do you know what they did? The kids started working out. Your influence on your children never ends. What you do matters. How you show up matters. How you live your life matters. So if you currently looked at your state, at your reality, at how you're living your life, if your children started living that life, would you be happy for them? Would you? With the aches and pains and they can't get out of bed and missing out and not the inability to do things that you want to do. If they had your life, if they had your health, your fitness, your body, your income, your level of happiness, would you be happy for them? If the answer isn't a fucking resounding fuck yes, then something needs to change. You need to change. You as the man, as the father, as the husband, need to step the fuck up and act like that leader. Start leading by example. Start with you. Change you. Turn into the man that you know you can be and should be. From there, everything will change. From there, you lead by example. And by osmosis, they will step up and start to take notice. And their world will change. You can change so many lives just through your circle of influence, just by being a better man. Don't you want that for your family? Your kids, your wife, your friends, all those around you? Don't you want them to live their best life? Of course you fucking do. So it starts by you living your best life. And I need to clarify this because this point always annoys me. Well, living my best life is drinking and smoking and doing drugs and eating junk food and watching TV. No. No, that's not your best fucking life. That's a fucking sedation. That's you hiding from life. True satisfactions from doing things that fulfill you, that enlighten you, that, enrich your soul and your spirit and bring you to life. It isn't those things. It isn't those quick pleasures. They have their place. They do. And I partake in them. I'm not saying they're a never thing. But if that's your every day and that's living your best life, I'm here to tell you that it's not. And you need to redefine that and find a better way to live. Because that's not true living. So I'll leave you with that note. And I'm sure I've just ruffled some fucking feathers, but it's true. It's true. Living that life is not living your best life. That's hiding from the problems of the world. It's time to face them head on and truly create a life of value. Until then, I'll talk to you.